Okay, start by drawing a large circle. It's okay if it's not perfect, but this gets us the start to our head shape. From there, you come down from the sides and draw the shape of your cheeks and chin, depending on how your face is shaped, the face that you're drawing. Next, at approximately halfway, you want to draw a line straight down. If you need to, you can check using finger brackets to make sure that it's pretty much where it needs to go. Mine's pretty close. Okay, from here you need to then divide the face a couple more times using horizontal lines. I start off by placing my pencil point along the vertical line, and then I use finger brackets to check if that measurement is correct. Here my thumb does not go all the way down to the chin, so I need to move my pencil mark down a little bit. And there, that second time that's correct. So now that I have that, I have cut the face in half vertically. And I need to mark that as 1/2 on my bracket off to the side. I'm going to go ahead and erase the bottom part of the circle just to get it out of my way so it's less confusing. And now we need to divide this bottom half into half. So I'm going to do the same thing, place my pencil mark about where I think half is. And again, that was a little too high, so I'm going to move my pencil down a little bit. And that's about where we need to be. So this is my 1/4 mark. So I'm going to label that 1/4 off on the side on my bracket. And then I do one more half mark right about there, and that is the 1/8 line. Okay, for your eyes, they're going to be across your 1/2 line. You have your face is 5 eyes wide, so I'm going to give myself kind of an estimate of how wide I think the eyes are going to be in proportion. I'm going to use finger brackets, move over, place my pencil, move over. That's approximately correct there. Then I check the other side, and that's approximately correct as well. Now that I have all my marks, I'm going to just generally draw the eyes in where they go. At this point, I'm just trying to get things put where they should be. I'm not worried too much about are they exactly the correct shape. That I would take my time later and use a mirror to get just right. Okay, and they look kind of small now because there's nothing else on the face, but it'll look more correct later. Okay, from here, from the inside corner of the eye, I want to draw 2 lines down from the 1/2 line down to the 1/4 line. You want to try and get these as straight down as you can. And in this rectangle is where my nose is going to be. So I'm going to start with my larger circle for the tip of the nose and my angled ovals for the nostrils. I would use those as a guideline for the bottom part of the nose, and later I would fully erase that. I need my lines coming up from the corners of the nose there, and that turns into the brow later, so I can add that up as well. Okay. Next, the mouth. I need a line down from the center of the pupil down to the 1/8 line from both eyes, so it's going to kind of look like my person's crying. The mouth is going to be inside this rectangle here. The bottom of the lip should not be any lower than the 1/8 line, so I'm going to go ahead and draw that in first. And then the rest of the mouth. And again, I'm not going to worry too much about does it look exactly right or anything right now. We're just trying to get the proportions correct. Okay, but the corners of the mouth should be no wider than these lines. And again, the bottom of the lip does not go past the 1/8 line. After this, I want to go ahead and put my eyebrows in. So I'm going to have the line come up from the inner corner of the nose. From the corner of the nose crossing the pupil is where the arch of the eyebrow should be, and from the corner of the nose to the corner of the eye shows you where the eyebrow should end. So from here, I know that my eyebrow should be about that big and placed about there. And I could do the same on this side. Okay, that one's a little bit bigger. Again, at any point, if you need to, you can always adjust something and move where it needs to be, but you want to make sure that you take care of that as you go, so that way you know where it is. Okay, finally we need ears. They start right at the inner corner of the eye and goes up and curves down, and the bottom earlobe is not going to be any farther than the 1/4 line. Again, you would be looking at the specific shape of the ears that you're drawing. Some stick out further, some are very close to the head. After this, we need the neck. The general rule of thumb for that is if you go to the outer corner of the eye and bring your pencil down, that's about how thick the neck should be, so that it's not too thick and not too thin. And then the trapezius muscles come out from there. At this point you could go in and draw your shirt collar in there. Okay, now we need hairstyle. Approximately your hairline's going to be right about here. You don't want it to be way up at the top because then your forehead's too big, and you don't want it to be too close to your eyebrows because then your forehead's too small. I'm going to have this person just with a rounded hair line right there. And you need to make sure that your hairline goes at least until where your ear meets your head. Otherwise you're going to be bald right here. So you want to make sure that you keep that in there, and then you would style the hairstyle however it is, and that comes slightly above where the skull is, depending on the hairstyle. If it's a ponytail, then that would be really close to the head because it's pulled with a hair tie. And after this I could go in and make my person have long hair or ponytail, short hair, whatever it is that I need to do. And you could also add in things like earrings or other details like glasses, and you would want to just make sure again that those are placed where they are supposed to be and sitting in proportion to everything else. Okay. Once you have that, you would go ahead and erase your guidelines so that all you have left is your full portrait in correct perspective. There you go. And I would probably do a much better job still cleaning everything up and getting everything the correct proportion as far as, you know, shape of the eye and mouth, and getting all that together so that it looks like the specific person I'm drawing. That's it.